So I'm just walking down to the law school now, which is in the heart of the legal precinct. Right behind me here is the High Court. Pretty exciting. So the things to think about when approaching the University of Auckland law degree is not only to think about a potential legal future for you, or potentially what a challenge this degree might be to undertake. Think about all of the great transferable skills that you'll acquire, which almost too many to list. So if the going gets tough and you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, don't worry, we've all been there. What's most important is just remember why you're here. The first year of uni, and especially your first semester, is always going to be a little bit tough at times. I personally like to take some time away from all of my studies and all of the intense necessities of what's going on academically, and just take a walk or go through the city, sit in a park or something like that, because there's so much greenery around and it can really help to refresh you in the middle of this hustling, bustling CBD. Don't hesitate to take advantage of the amazing resources down at the Davis Law Library. A couple more things to remember about your law degree, and especially part one, is that you shouldn't compare yourself to what everyone else seems to be doing. Don't worry about what grades other people are getting, instead focus on how you yourself can do well. Yes, it's going to seem like there are 10,000 cases and you're going to be a little bit daunted by the whole thing, but just remember, it is daunting, but it's doable, and you will pull through. Just keep your focus and remember why you're here.
So this is the General Library. It's pretty hard to miss. It's just across from the quad and off Sun Street. As a Part 1 student, you'll be spending all your time here for your lectures and doing some study. So this is the quad. I've come here a few times just to chill with mates, but it's just across from the General Library and a really good central point if you're trying to navigate your way around campus. It's also got a lot of different food places you can come to if you want to find some lunch. So this is the law students' common room. In Part 1 you probably won't come here, but definitely Part 2 and onwards it's a good place to chill, get some food and study. Where to next? Behind me we have where you're going to be spending most of your time in Part 1. It's the lecture theatre, and that's where all the magic happens. I'm not actually meant to be in here as a Part 1 student, but next year...
Hey, what are you doing in here?
So this will be where your Part 1 tutorials are. Here is where we kind of review topics, we go over things that were talked about in the lectures, and just addressing different ideas and different things that happen in the New Zealand legal system. I just love this room. Just taking the majesty. My crib. Uni hall mascot costume casually sitting in my room. So there's so many cool little places around campus that you definitely need to check out while you're here. You need to go exploring to find all the cool little pockets around the uni, and through exploring you'll be able to find your way around a lot easier.
Hey guys, how's it going? Great, still can't find the vacuum cleaner though. Yikes. Obviously, one of the most important parts about university is actually hitting the books, especially if you're looking to get into Part 2 law and succeed in Part 1. So here are some study tips that I've accumulated over this first semester in hopes that they might help you too. Some top tips from Tate, if you will, are as follows. Do your readings before class. That way you know what the lecturer is talking about and it's not just a bunch of catch-up information. You can actually start to synthesize ideas, which, hey, lecturers like that. Take notes. Don't be a passive passenger. Don't just be like, I'm here so I'm learning. That's not how it works, my friend. Sorry. If the lecturer says something interesting, write it down. It'll probably help you with an assignment. Next up, find good methods that work for you. Not just cool methods like what you've seen on Instagram. Like if a certain type of study plan looks aesthetically pleasing but doesn't work for you, don't use it. It's a waste of your time. If you study smart, you may not need to study hard. Go somewhere you won't be distracted. Learned that the hard way, spent most of the semester in my bedroom, turns out I just end up on Facebook. Maybe go to a study room or a library with a friend who can hold you accountable or hold each other accountable so that you don't inevitably end up tagging each other in memes on Facebook. Trisha, why are you tagging me in memes? You've got an exam tomorrow.
Budgeting isn't everyone's favourite topic, but when you're a student it's really important to try to keep on top of your spending. Thankfully at the university there's plenty of places that sell you cheap meals just to get you by with a little bit of extra money in your pocket at the end of the week. I live in Uni Hall, which is a first year fully catered hall, so I don't tend to get out too much for lunch, but if I have classes that run over lunchtime and I want another option, there's always the vegan lunch every Wednesday. It smells really good. So the food's cheap, it's healthy, it's delicious. What else could you want to do on a Wednesday afternoon? So now we're just going to head over to get one of those budgie meals. Just something that's a little bit cheaper if you're like me and on a student budget and can't afford a whole lot. Let's go have a look. So this is just one of the student hacks for just trying to spend as little money as possible in course books, because trust me, it's where all your money ends up going at the beginning of the year. My key tip to being on top of your student finances. Usually something would fall out of this, but not today. Just trying to get the toothpaste all the way up to the top because you've got to make sure you use up every last bit of what you've got. But unfortunately when you're a student, you might be able to afford the toothpaste, but not the toothbrush.
So the transition from high school to uni can be a bit daunting because oftentimes you won't know anybody. Going from intermediate school to high school, you may have already had a pre-established group of friends, but coming to uni can be a very different story. Especially with a course like Part 1 Law, it can be pretty daunting when it's competitive, and not knowing anyone can make things a bit more scary than they need to be. But making friends at uni is super easy, and keeping that support system with Part 1 Law is really important. Joining clubs is a really great way of making friends here at Auckland Uni. For first year law students in Part 1 Law, there's the AULSS and Debating Society, which are both really helpful ways of showing Part 1 students how to get into Part 2. Other options include things like theatre, music, the Meet Club. There's anything you could ever dream of in a club at Auckland Uni. Don't be shy going into lectures. Just take a seat next to someone and make conversation.
So when you're studying, you tend to spend a lot of time just sitting down. So I like to go to the gym and just burn off some energy and get moving, keep active. I'm just climbing my wall to success because I want to take care of my personal health, just like you should if you're going to do a law degree. Strong body, strong mind. How do I get down? So it's really important if you're not feeling too hot or the stress of the law degree, which I know from personal experience can be quite demanding. I hate stairs. that there is a university health centre on campus that you can go to if you need anything from counselling or to see a doctor. So if you're in a hurry and on the go and you need a quick snack or an exam fix, then Munchie Mart is the place for you. So this is where I'd come to hand in and pick up assignments or tests, or if I need advice, I can come and talk to student advisors like Jemima.
So here's your test. If you have any questions about LLB Part 1 or getting into LLB Part 2, we're here to help.
Thanks Jemima, that wasn't scripted at all. There's more to your well-being than just keeping physically fit. You also have to take time out of your day and your week just to be by yourself and have some you time. So, just to remember, keep active, make use of the services at uni like the health centre, and remember to take some time out for yourself.